Hello, listeners. This is Lee Price.
This is Will Ford from Football 365.
And you're listening smartly to At the Bridge Pod, a Chelsea FC podcast, although I would describe it as the Chelsea FC podcast.
Magical from Eden Hazard.
Mata into a trap. What about that? Ivanovic!
In the middle, it's just behind him, but it's taken by Hopkins. Matic with the ball driver. Matic takes the net off.
Palmer, João Pedro, it's three. Chelsea are running away with the FIFA Club World Cup final.
Hat-trick hero, Cole Palmer wins an epic, sensational game.
It's time for another episode of At the Bridge Pod, your number one Chelsea FC podcast. Coming up on this episode...
Hey, look at that! Chelsea did not wreck my weekend! Oh, welcome back everyone to another episode of At the Bridge Pod. I am your host, Mike, and I'm joined in this virtual room, roaring with lions. Oh, he's back. I have got Berth and Chris, but we've got Berth. Berth's back on the show. Berth, how you doing?
I'm not too bad, thank you. I really am the Reece James of the podcast, aren't I? So I'll have a good 3 weeks and then I'll be off again for another 4. But, you know, it's good to be back and it's good to hear you too. So that's always good.
Yeah, everyone has missed you. Genuinely.
You're too kind. You're too kind.
Have missed you. They have missed you. How are you doing, Chris? We do know, sadly.
Yeah, not too bad. I'm ill.
Yeah.
So, to be fair, you're going to ask in a minute, ain't you, about highlights of the weekend?
Please, go line it up.
I had a shitter, mate. I had an absolute shitter. So about 10 p.m. on Friday night, thought my throat feels a bit dry.
Uh-oh.
Woke up Saturday morning, had no voice, and a really sore throat. Not ideal when you're going to coach a football game.
No.
Luckily, Went was an easy game anyway. I didn't really have to say much. We won 3-0. And then got back to the car, and my wife had sent me a message saying, ring me when you can. That's never a good message to get, is it?
No.
And then rang her, and she was like, oh, our son's been sick. So he's had a sickness bug all weekend. I've had no voice for most of the weekend. What an absolute shitter. No football on to watch. What an absolute boring time. On the plus side, though, how nice is it to be doing the podcast and it's still light out?
I know.
That is true.
That is true. I lost that hour though of sleep yesterday. That cost me all day.
Yeah.
I've gone fucked. I was fucked all day. Took me all day. Didn't like that. Berth, what was your moment of the weekend? Not losing an hour of sleep.
Yeah, I had a pretty good weekend, to be fair. Football team won, so we're second now in the league. Saw my girlfriend, which was nice. It was good. It was good. Yeah, definitely won, yeah. I'll win having her as a girlfriend. She would love... She's so happy that I've just said that.
What more can you wish for?
Exactly.
Brownie points, sir.
Exactly. I'll make sure she listens to that bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was just a good chilled weekend, ready for Easter, so that was good.
Sweet. Look, talking of girlfriends, we finally did it. My girlfriend and I are...
Well done, mate. Well done. It's about time.
Oh, no, that's...
5 years in.
That's too good. It's why the listeners tuned in. We did, we did get to the top of the Malverns after the last weekend went to shit. So perfect start as well. You know, we had blue skies, no fog this time. It tricked me into thinking it was going to be quite easy because the climb up that was calm. That was quite nice compared to when we went up in the blistering heat of last year. It was peaceful, I'd say. And then you get a bit higher, and then the world opens up. So you've got views for miles. You know, it is genuinely a gorgeous view. It is in the Midlands. It's amazing, and the sun's beaming down. It's a landscape painting. And then we hit the summit, which last time out again, it was peaceful, sunny, lovely. This time though, out of nowhere, wind. It wasn't like a breeze either. It wasn't, it's a bit gusty up there, Mike. No. This was like full on. You lean your body into it and you still struggle to stand. It was apparently 40-mile-per-hour gusts.
Wow.
So 1 second, we're just admiring the view. And next, we're just fighting to stay upright. It's like you've walked into a hurricane. And the plan, I wanted to put up the At the Bridge Pod flag. if I'd have put it up on it would have ripped out my hands. I could not get that out of the bag.
No chance.
No. So we went down to the next peak where it was a bit calmer. I did get the flag. It is up on the socials. I was quite happy with that. I was really happy to finally get that flag erected in the Malverns and other places around the UK when we get round to it. So other than that, some of you might remember the 12 books in 12 months challenge I set myself because I just wanted to reduce my screen time, and I'm still on track. I've just started book number 10, so I'm a little bit ahead of schedule in the project, and it is the autobiography of Carlo Ancelotti. So this is a good book. This is a good book, and I'm only a few chapters in, and I really enjoyed his time as a player that he talks about at Roma and AC Milan, and I wish he'd have done more on that. I know everyone's reading the book because of his Real Madrid tenure, Chelsea, AC Milan as a manager. His playing days, though, the way he describes it with like Rijkaard, Van Basten, I get the impression he's one of the most underrated players of that era because you only see him as a manager, not as a player.
Yeah, straight up.
And I've looked at some of his highlight reels of like obviously when he was a player, and you just think you only get so much because obviously there's not a lot of footage from the 70s and the 80s and the 90s. Yeah. Oh man, what a man! I'm enjoying this book. I really am.
If you're not satisfied with the 12 books you've read in 12 months, though, is this going to become a 5-year project with
project
with each book being slightly more disappointing than the last?
Well, I don't. It's difficult.
That's the Chelsea way, isn't it?
It's difficult because I didn't think I'd be on book 10 in month 3. That's a little bit ahead of schedule. I'm like, I could do nothing till Christmas now and still, November, and still be on track. So
that is like when we first got took over and they went signing everybody. You just went out, bought loads of books, and then just read them all in one go.
So, I've won the Premier League. I don't know what to do now. Yeah. Oh, well, I do know we can go to Shevva Shoutouts because, my word, absolutely loved Shevva Shoutouts from last week's episode. We had Matthew. A bottom 10 would be hilarious, and unfortunately, there are a lot of contenders for who's number 1 on this list. We might do it. I think we probably are going to get cornered and have to do this, which I don't even know who I'd put in my number 1 slot. Could be, well, I do now. After recent events, I've got an idea who might be in that number list. What do you think, Berth? Worst 10 players on the squad
right now.
Well, let's not spoil it for a future episode. But what do you think? Is there a lot of contenders for number 1?
Trying to narrow it down to a top 10's hard, I think.
I know, 22 man.
Well, trying to pick a top 10 was so basically it's anyone who didn't get in the top 10 is close to that bottom 10.
I'll be honest, some of those top 10 I think you could put in the bottom 10 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. With you.
Yeah, so that's a difficult question. I'll be honest.
I've got hot show bag regarding some harsh player rankings. I feel bad for Palmer, Pedro Neto, and even Garnacho. That's some rage bait for Chris. That is. I don't know what you're doing, but that's some rage bait there. How can our guns play well when our defense either gives the ball away for an easy shot or take 10 minutes to get it to our third, where it's like playing in a phone booth? For fuck's sake, we suffer from either a shit game plan or shit defenders or both when playing out. How many one-on-one shots from shit defending as poor Sanchez has to deal with to be confirmed? Yeah. He's kind of defending.
There are some valid points in there.
There is. Yeah, there is. They still get chances and they still have to do something with that ball when they've got the ball, though.
Yeah, they do still touch the ball, though, and they are shit when they've got the ball. So that is their fault.
Yes, I'd agree. Benjamin rounds us off with, honestly, you lads are just nailing it with the commentary on the mad economics of football, jersey costs, streaming services. Australia is a joke with trying to watch Premier League. I now listen to this podcast and watch highlights. I stopped buying kits too, but maybe need to find this website with a D. Wonder what it ends with. Anyway, keep it up, guys. This show is the only Chelsea highlight worth watching. Well, thanks. Thank you. I appreciate that. We all appreciate that because, it's nice to...
Yeah.
We We don't go too.
I'll take all the credit for that since I've been on
Birth,
loads
it is
recently.
it's always been you. It's, you are the soul of the show. And talking of the soul of the show, this happened. Listeners have told us that the player rankings episode can be summed up, and a fair few messaged us about it. So I combined it. They said it can be summed up, Mike, with 2 clips. The latter has been mentioned a fair few times more so than the former. Here's the little highlights.
He is indeed, Mikey. I think you're right. I think generally Chris is correct as well.
1-0.
Sorry,
damn Scott. He's done it.
Oh, right. No, it wasn't my take.
And I know people are going to point at his stats and be like, oh, he's only got 3 goals. But for me, like, stats are like bikinis. What they show you is good, but what they don't show you is better.
Yeah, that was a clear.
Sorry, can I just say, why did Ollie turn into Wario from Super Mario there at the end?
I think he was trying to do the he went wow. So it's been brilliant. Oh, it was gold. Brilliant episode, really was. Thank you though, listeners. We love when you bring up our highlights. We do. For your reviews, your comments, everything you do, your support. We do appreciate it. And if you want yours read out on the show, you can just drop on over to Spotify, drop one onto the comments below, and we may just read you out on the next one. So with that, let's hit some good old news from the weekend. Well, you're gonna have to get through the slop to get to the real treat of this charcuterie board, because we're gonna head to Mallorca. Eden Hazard, he just completed the Mallorca 312 Gran Fondo, which is a 167-kilometer bike race. That's just over 100 miles. And then when a reporter came over to interview him, he grabbed a beer. It's a Carlsberg. It's straight on camera. And he just starts downing it. And then in Spanish, he says that he needs to lose some weight. And if you watch that clip back, you can see the 4 stages of what my brain tried to process what was going on. Because at first I'm sort of thinking, oh, he's having a small sip. It's a sponsor's beer. You got to keep the sponsors happy. They're still paying you, you're paying you. Now you're retired, get some money in. And then it's like, oh, more than a small sip here. Okay, look, you're making the sponsors happier because you now look like you're legit tasting the beer. Fair play. And then I'm like, okay, it's still going. It's warm day. It's warm day. And then you just think, nah, he wants a party now. He's just absolutely off. I've never seen a player down a beer like that. I was like, you know what? It took me, though, on a positive. It took me down a rabbit hole of Eden Hazard compilation videos, which just reminded me of some good times. Just some good times. Yeah. But,
when we had good players and a good team.
We did. I'm sure Real Madrid fans love seeing Eden Hazard take the piss, don't they? They don't really love. Oh man, I love that man. He's such good fun. He's such good fun. And well, I don't know how we feel about this. We had a 2026-27 kit leak, and by leak I mean someone just posted the photo from a photo shoot. So if you haven't seen it, it's the away shirt for next season. It's got short sleeves, a round neckline. It's got 2 yellow lines down the side. It's got a bit of yellow trim around the collar and the cuffs, which has got a little bit of a distinctive pattern design. Kind of looks like a squid combined with an arrow, if you can imagine what that looks like. That's what's on the cuffs. And then you've got the left side of the chest. There's the yellow embroidered logo of the Chelsea lion. No badge, just the lion. And what did you make of the kit, Berth? I'm sure you've seen it. What did you think of it?
You know what? I haven't actually seen it. Not seen it. Nah. You know what I've done recently? I've actually stayed off Twitter a lot, or X a lot.
Don't blame you.
Best thing I've ever done, I think, because it's just a bit. Yeah, I can imagine at the minute it's very, very volatile. So
that's really positive.
I'm sure it is, but I'm not seeing many leaks or anything. So yeah, if someone wants to send me it, then feel free.
I will send it you in the chat right now.
Live reaction on the pod.
Whilst Chris tells me about it.
Yeah, it's boring, isn't it? I think it's really boring.
You know what? I like that. I actually do really like that.
I'm putting a bit.
I think it looks like a training top.
It does look a bit like a training top, but I do like it. I like the yellow and black.
It's a difficult one for me because I'm putting my tinfoil hat on. I don't like it because of the badge. It's giving me too much of this CFC LDN vibe, and I am still in this mindset where I refuse to believe it's more than just a marketing gimmick. And it's also, it doesn't help that it's a weekend where Earl's Court got brought up again. And I just have this anxiety that this is a soft launch for when Clear Lake refused to talk to the CPO and just move the club away from the bridge. And of course, that would mean losing the rights to the name and the badge of Chelsea. Thus, CFCLDN will be born. I know I sound completely mad. I respect that. It's just how I feel. And on that, some people did say, well, can they even do that? Can they push it through? Yes and no. The Premier League and the Football Association would be involved if any, name of a club or a badge is changed. That's just standard. The Premier League's main concern, don't count on them. They just care about having a legally registered club that can operate with, yes, they're going to have some concerns about the broadcasting, the branding of the deal. It's not the real concern, I think. The FA are the ones that can properly block it. They have the authority to step in and say, no, this doesn't meet the standard. And, if Clear Lake did try to force this through, let's just hypothetically, it's not, in the ether, but would they fail that owners and directors test? Trying to move Chelsea without the CPO doesn't make you unfit, but how you went about it could. If that crosses into ignoring like legal structures, misleading people, or acting with without integrity, yeah, I still stand by. We're lucky to have the CPO. We could be in a very, very different place and a far worse position.
I don't think the FA would accept that as a name.
I wouldn't be shocked because you've got to remember the last time.
There's no words in that name.
No,
it's just letters thrown together.
And the last time a club moved, I know it's very different, was Wimbledon when they went to Milton Keynes, and that absolutely ripped football down the middle.
Yeah.
That was so. Obviously, a lot of listeners probably don't remember it. I only briefly remember it. I was really young. It was huge. Like, it was seen as, I would say it was up there with like the Super League. It was considered that bad.
Yeah, it was.
And
it was bad.
I think the FA would just look and go, no.
Yeah,
straight
I
up.
agree. I don't think they'd have that name at all.
No, of course I worry because I care about Stamford Bridge. I care about Chelsea, what it means and what it represents. I also am very confident that the FA would go and step in and be like, yeah. And you brought that up. I didn't even consider that. No, CFCLDN is not that's not a name. It's not, is it?
It's not a name.
It's
is
six
it?
letters. It's 6 letters. So
because you've got to remember that they would ask, well, what does the CFC stand for? And they'd say Chelsea Football Club, and they go, you can't have that.
Can't use that,
mate. Go on, pick something else.
Yeah. Next. Yeah. Right. And now the bit that you've all been waiting for overnight. Enzo Fernandez decided to talk to an online influencer. I don't know. Was asked, which other city would you like to live in? And he answered by saying, I'd like to live in Madrid. It's a beautiful city. It reminds me of Buenos Aires. And then the influencer, naturally, as a trusted source of information and journalistic background, said, what about playing for clubs in Madrid? Enzo just smiled at them. That's all he did. Now, I'm just fucking done. I honestly, last week we did our rank. I'd take him out my rankings altogether. And I'll say why I'm so annoyed by it. This is our vice captain, openly flirting with a move to Real Madrid. And whatever frustrations he might have with results, ownership, direction of the club, that we all feel, there's still a basic standard of professionalism that comes with him wearing that shirt of Chelsea. He's contracted here. He's paid here. And right now he does represent the club. And it has to mean something. I know it sounds old school of me, but I get some fans will defend it, and they have, and say he's had enough like the fans have. We've all had enough. We've had enough with this ownership, Mike. We've had enough. Yeah. But you don't lead as a vice captain by fueling that speculation about leaving. You've got to lead by setting a standard. As you are part of the leadership group, and this isn't the first time we've had questions surrounding his conduct either. We all remember the summer and then the club's decision to hand him the vice captain's armband after said incident. For me, I've got to go on it. I've got to say this is where you've got to act as a club. They won't. I'm not stupid. They should, though. Fine him a week's wages, take him at the starting 11 for the next game. Just make it clear that no one is above that badge. Because that's what I feel at the moment. The one thing this squad lacks is accountability and discipline. We've said it with the red cards and everything else, and it's not exclusive to Enzo. for me, there has to be some kind of consequence. Otherwise, what's the message you're sending? I'm just so tired of it because this club should be setting elite standards, but the only standards are in pencil, and the ownership just give out the squad, give to the squad of racers. Oh, it doesn't matter. I don't know. I could be overreacting. That's how I feel. What do you think, Berth?
Difficult one, real difficult one. Obviously, it's going to be blowing up, and people are going to read probably a lot more into it than it actually probably is. Madrid's a lovely place. Would you want to play for Real Madrid? Yeah. You need to be more self-aware with going on these sorts of things. You know what's going to happen. You know what's going to come with it. So, but that just sums up our season. It sums up the players. Lack of discipline. Yeah. Lack of... What's the word? I want to say leadership, but it's not the word leadership. Maybe professionalism. So I think it's very naive to do these sorts of things, but he's still young. He's still, and all these players are, and you're going to get these sorts of players. He should know better. He absolutely should know better. I think, look, we can't really afford to drop him really this time of the season. I don't think that's going to benefit anyone, because that will just cause more toxicness and stuff like that. So it's a difficult one on how to handle it. I think someone's got to have a chat with him and say, look, what's this about? It's how do you go about sort of reprimanding this? It's a difficult one.
I mean, you say he's young. He's 25. You know, he's not... At what point do we start going, yeah, you know... And Chris, I'll say it. A lot of fans were very pissed off about the Lukaku interview. I know this is very different because Enzo hasn't particularly gone out for an interview and sought out someone to talk to him and then post it publicly. This is just, you know, influencers being influencers. Yeah. However, you go on. No, go for it.
Well, he has sorted it out. He knew he was being recorded. It wasn't a hidden camera.
Good point. Yeah.
Someone at some point has said to him, "Oh, can we record this?" And he's gone, "Yeah, okay." And he knew the best thing to do in that situation would be don't answer the question. But it seems to me like it's something that was planned, and because there's no way this happens by accident. A couple of weeks after the Real Madrid links in the media. It's not accidental. It's not an accidental slip of the tongue, is it? That he happened to say Madrid. And then he happened to follow that up with what about playing for the Madrid clubs? And he's gone, I don't want to say anything. We're just going to smile. No. For me, if you was annoyed about the Lukaku one, you have to be annoyed about this one. You can't sweep this under the rug because you like Enzo Fernandez and you didn't like Lukaku. It's the same thing. I could make the argument that this one is worse. Because when Lukaku did his, one, he wasn't playing. Tuchel had dropped him. So he was frustrated at that. And the club wasn't in turmoil. Enzo Fernandez, as vice captain, has gone and done this while the club is in absolute turmoil. That's snaky behaviour, that. When you need everyone pulling in the same direction and you've got your vice captain doing this sort of stuff, doesn't send a good message. That. Do I blame him? Not particularly. Because would I be annoyed about the direction of the club? If I was a player there, yes, I would be. But there's ways to go about it and there's ways not to. And he's doing it the wrong way because it's not a slap in the face to the owners because they don't give a shit. It's a slap in the face to the fans who have supported Enzo Fernandez through some pretty shit form for a long time. Let's bear in mind. And now I think he's probably won over 80% of the fan base. He's decided to go and flirt with Real Madrid. But unless they're willing to pay the money for you, mate, you've got a 6-year contract, so you're not going anywhere. So you can do all the interviews you like, but it ain't making a difference. You don't have any power here. You are tied down to a 6-year deal. And Real Madrid, I'm telling you right now, are not paying £100 million for you. They're not. Because they don't need you. So
it's just
I think
frustrating.
he's making a real problem for himself though, because if this goes sideways, and if the fan reaction to him isn't positive, and it does turn negative, and then he can't get the move, he's put himself in a really difficult situation then.
It's just frustrating because when you are vice captain, mate, some people say I'm overreacting with standards and that. It's like there's you have standards. You have to. You can't be that stupid. You know, you when you're being recorded, we're in a world. Cameras are everywhere. You're probably right. He probably did. Well, of course he knows he's being recorded, and it's like I'm being clever. It's maybe someone else has brought this up actually and sent me a message and said that he could be trying to do it as an agent tactic to get a better deal at the club. It's what again possible. Let's just entertain that, and I just think, is that what we're going to do? Can't we just have an honest conversation then? Sending messages, coded messages to the board, coded messages to I was like, I can't be fucking bothered. Let's just be mature about this. Come on. You know, you're a 25-year-old adult World Cup winner, having a very decent season in a club that's not great. I just think you have to do better. We will talk about Cole Palmer, but we can do that, funnily enough, in the actual overreaction section because there's actually a question on him. So on that, we go from the news to Kingsmeadow corner because Chelsea women took on Aston Villa.
Excellent finish. And now Chelsea lead to keep their faint hopes of retaining the title alive.
Chelsea 4, Aston Villa 3. That end of commentary line made no sense at the time, and it makes little sense now. Because if you wonder, Man City have to lose every single game of the season. They do to not get the title. I don't. Otherwise, we can't retain it. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Quick fire winners and losers from that one. I've got to go straight to her. Lauren James, man. Lauren James. Since
again,
I love this. This is what I wanted. Since signing that new deal, she hasn't just stepped up. She's just took over. You know, League Cup final, dominated it, lifted the trophy against the former club. Against Arsenal in the first leg, she dropped an absolute worldie of a goal to keep us alive in that tie. And then against Villa, a goal, an assist, and run the entire game. And you know what? The assist. Naomi Girma, if she doesn't touch it, I still think it's going in.
Yeah, I do as well.
My word. She had an all-round complete performance. 6 chances created, 3 shots on target, 4 defensive contributions. That's ridiculous for an attacking player. I was so impressed, Chris.
Yeah, it's what we've been saying about Lauren James. It's consistency has always been her problem. Like, you can never doubt her quality, but it was stringing it together. And maybe getting rid of the uncertainty over her future has helped her settle down and allowed her just to clear her mind and just play. Because that's what she looks like at the moment. She looks like she's playing with a level of freedom that we haven't seen in her for a long time, since probably a couple of years ago, when she had a really good season. So maybe it was that uncertainty over the contract situation, and now that's been sorted. She's happy, she's settled, she knows she's going to be here, so she can just concentrate on playing, and she's been phenomenal. Her weaker foot is stronger than most players' stronger foot. It's an absolute joke.
Yeah, 23-24 Lauren James all over again for me. And when she plays like that, she's just on play. She's best player in the league. You're one of the best players in the league.
Yeah,
I'm so impressed. Lauren James, you haven't really been on since she's been in such hot form. What have you made of it over the last few games?
Yeah, I mean, she's been absolutely on fire, hasn't she, really? She's been unplayable. Scored that worldie the other day, which I thought was just genuinely world class. And on a day, she's a world class player. Exactly like her brother, just world class on a day. One of the best in the world, no doubt. Can go both ways, strong, powerful. The ideal player in the WSL. Yeah. And she really is a game changer. And when she's on it, there aren't many better players in the league than her, or in the world than her. And that's why it's so key to get her going and get her motivated and focused, because when she's on it, there's just There's just literally just no one can touch her.
Yeah, and that you heard it in the highlight reel. The winning goal for me was another winner because it was just beautiful football. It was something you would see from like the current Barcelona Femení or Spain's women, or even Leon of the late 2010s. If they scored that goal, you'd have gone, yeah, about right. You know, starting with Ellie Carpenter, she was switched on, as you expect from a world-class right back, wins the ball up high, into Sam Kerr, one touch, perfect layoff, and then Shuka Nushkin, bang, first time finish. There was no overthinking, no nonsense. It was just pure flowing football. 3 touches, 3 players, and one absolute beautiful winning goal. So just great to see, wasn't it?
Yeah, unbelievably good goal. Goal worthy of winning any game, that. And really important win in the race for Champions League football. Forget about the title. That went a long time ago.
Yeah.
But we've got to qualify for the Champions League, and that result was massive because our reaction to going a goal down, I thought, was excellent. Like the way we played between 1-0 down and 3-1 up was brilliant. Probably the best we've played in a long time going forwards. But fuck me, defensively.
You tease that. I'll line it up. I'm sure we'll go into it in deeper, but I've got Lucy Bronze as a loser. And let me be clear. Look, Lucy Bronze is a legend of the game. You know, WSL titles, champion.
She's not a centre-back.
I was just going there. You know, she's got Champions League. Her career is stacked with honours. It's ridiculous. But she's been asked to do something she's not. You know, she's a right back. That's her bread and butter. She's not a centre back, and forcing her and Carpenter into the same team is just hurting us. You know, she's at 34 now, and she should be rotated, managed, and just used in her best position. You know, give Ellie a bit of a break, bring Bronze on, not a problem. Instead, she's being stretched into roles that just expose her. You know, against Villa, she was at fault for the opener. She was loose in possession. She was quite slow to react defensively. And that's not something you say lightly about a player of her quality and legacy. You know, normally she gives you control. And today, well, not today, obviously, when I wrote it, but on Sunday, she gave Villa chances. It is more a one-off. You just can't become a pattern. And it comes back to the old saying, doesn't it? You play players in their natural position. I don't get why this Chelsea in general seem to be, let's put them here and there, and this will work with this. And I think, why?
Yeah, I don't get it either. I think the unsettled nature of our back four at the moment is why we're defending so poorly. You know, you got Germer and Bronze as a centre back pairing, with Berman then playing as a left back, which doesn't work on a balance point of view. And then when you make the changes, Berman goes back into centre back, and you got Sandy Baltimore, who's actually a winger, playing as a traditional left back. Now, not a wing back, as an actual left back. And then later on, she moves further forward, and Niamh Charles comes on to left back. And you think, we're making so many changes in the back four throughout games. No wonder we look shaky. But our defending at the moment is literally Sunday League defending. The third Villa goal is an absolute joke. The ball into the box is not a good ball, and it's defended really poorly. And then every single defender is marking space rather than a player. And then I think Hampton's got to save the shot as well. She has not rocketed it into the corner. She's guided it sort of semi towards the post, and Hannah reacts so late. The concern I've got at the moment is, with so many people worrying about their contracts and not knowing what's going on, I do think it's having an effect on people. I think Hannah Hampton over the last couple of weeks has looked really off it because she doesn't know whether she's going to be here or not. So we need to get that sorted as soon as possible. It should have been sorted way before now. But
yes,
the ones we want to keep, you've got to tie down now. Otherwise, if you leave it and leave it and leave it, they'll just continue to play poorly until the end of the season, because they'll think, well, I still don't know what's happening. Am I going to be here next year or not? And the women's game is very different to the men's game. They're not multi-millionaires.
Oh, are you sure? Are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure Clear Lake see it as the exact same. That's what we're
well,
applying.
this is it.
Yeah, we don't know what you're on about.
You know, when these players go out of contract, they don't have money. So, I mean, Hampton will find another club, of course she will. You know, and it wouldn't be difficult for her to, but you still wouldn't want that worry of, well, I'm going to be without a club. And what about, especially as a goalkeeper, because how many top clubs don't already have a top keeper?
True. You are
so it might be difficult for her to find somewhere. So I can understand why you wouldn't be mentally ready all the time at the minute if you've got that hanging over you.
You are right, because the money isn't there. And we've heard different stories of how players have had to privately fund surgeries if they've had like an ACL tear, especially ACLs. You know, you've seen like Ian Wright, he was a legend. You know, he was supporting Kayla McDonald during her recovery when she tore her ACL. This was the other year. And I saw it recently, another player who torn her ACL, and she's had to go on the NHS waiting list like a regular, you know, the average Joe and Jane. They don't get the treatment and what they should get like the men's team do. So I totally understand if you're at Chelsea right now and your contract's coming up to the end of would you put 100% on the line? No, because you haven't got an injury guarantee there. You haven't.
Exactly.
Because if you get a serious injury, the club are going to go, yeah, bye. We're not going to give you a new contract. Bye. Moving on. And it's just wrong. You know, absolutely. It sucks. It sucks for everyone. I'll go. My second loser was Life Without Sam Kerr. I think this game told you everything. She's essentially, in my view, you know, 4 games without her, we had 6 goals we scored in that. First game back, 4 goals in 1 match. And she was directly involved in 2 of them. And for me, it's deeper than stats. She gives the attacking presence. She gives the attack confidence. She creates space. And she also lets Lauren James and Aggie Beaver-Jones play more freely. I feel like when we have her in the squad, we look like a team. And without her, we look like we're searching for one.
Yeah.
Just give her the damn extension, man. Because between now and the end of the season, she's going to decide more games for us. No doubt. Berth, you haven't had a chance to share your view on this. What do you make of this whole contract saga with most likely Sam Kerr going to be out the door in the summer?
Yeah. Like Chris said, I think it's totally different in the women's game. Sam Kerr's a massive miss for us. Just proper clutch player. And that sort of player, you're always going to miss just for the experience more than anything. Yeah. It's like in the men's team, isn't it? Like you look at people who let go and like other teams have let go, big players go on a free. It always comes back to bite you because they're big shoes to fill. Maybe it is time for her to go. I mean, how many seasons has she spent with us now?
Is it 4, 5? It's a lot.
It's a long time. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, that is a long time. But I think these days, 4 or 5 years is a long time to spend at a club. And there's going to be no bad blood towards Sam Kerr, I feel like. It's just, I think it sort of maybe is the perfect time for her to go. And it's just going to be really hard to fill those shoes because you just can't replicate that, what she had. This
is her 6th full season because she missed. She joined in the 2020 year, but obviously 19-20 she got to play 4 games in that season, and then obviously she has missed a whole season with her awful knee injury last season. So, overall, I just feel you have to sign that contract, but our ownership know better. They know better than everybody else who are experts. So yeah. Oh. All right, it's time to overthink because we're gonna overanalyze and completely maybe lose our minds on a few things because it's Overreaction Monday. This is a new segment, just to, getting through the international break, where your takes have been sent in. We're gonna look at them, and we've got your reactions to performances, the season so far, a bit of stuff in between. And then it's on to us. We have to decide we can decide each or together, whatever, whether it's an overreaction or not an overreaction. It's genuinely as simple as that. And we even, yes, I'm so excited for this. We even have a theme tune for it. Let me roll that.
Yeah. We're talking big today. Hot takes, cold stats. Did they shine or fall flat? Big swings, big plays. Who's for real, who just fades? Overreaction Monday. Settle in, let's call it out. Overreaction Monday. Too much hype or too much doubt. Overreaction Monday. Bold claims on the line. Overreaction Monday. Truth to talk this time.
Yeah.
I've been on this planet for 32 years, and that is by far the greatest thing I've ever heard.
You didn't hear when the original prompt, which generated, my prompt back, but sung to me in such a patronising manner. It was.
That is so good, Mikey.
Thank you.
I need that on Spotify, and I will be listening to that non-stop.
Just so you know, Disney Channel have just bought the rights to that song.
That is straight out of High School Musical.
Yeah,
well, when the mouse comes calling,
I'm in danger.
Mickey Mouse always wins. Overreaction. So I've got Mike MC. That's nothing to do with me, even though it's oddly close. They've said Chelsea are playing massively worse under Liam Rossegno than Enzo Maresca. I think
wouldn't say massively worse.
I think that's the bit. Yeah.
I would argue probably not even worse. I think this has been coming for a while. I don't think it's necessarily been worse football. I just think it's because don't forget as well, Rossegno actually had a really good run when he first came in. It's just been bad the past 4 games.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say massively worse. Worse, maybe a tiny bit, but I don't think it's been that much worse.
Yeah, I think it's an overreaction purely because of the fact that it's not massively worse. If you said we're playing worse, I could see your argument massively. I don't think it's that much of a drop off. This isn't Graham Potter. It's not great. It's not that yet. But Chris, what do you think? You're a Maresca man.
Yeah, obviously.
That's what the listeners are saying, not me.
I think we're just playing the same. I think this is what happens when you keep putting managers in charge. You all have the same style of play. Nothing changes. The players don't change. The manager changes, but not really, because they come in and do the same thing as the previous one was doing that wasn't working. I think defensively we probably look a little bit worse.
I'd go with that.
8 clean sheets to 1. Games played though on 19 to 10, so you got a bit of a bigger sample size.
Yeah, I do think we was keeping more clean sheets under Maresca because we was literally just passing the ball around the back for 80% of the game. I do think we're playing a little bit more expansive. It has opened us up defensively. We were shit under Maresca and we're shit under Rossegno. There's no difference. Everyone who talks about Maresca and wants to make this argument constantly hark back to the Club World Cup and beating Barcelona. That is 2 results out of a 8-month season. Fantastic. You can have a great result and you can beat Barcelona 3-0. And we did, and it was fantastic, brilliant. But look at the games around that. We were shit. Look at the last 6 games of Maresca's reign. We were shit. We were shit then. We're shit now. The players are the same.
I think when you look at the stats, when you compare the season so far, Rossegno's got slightly 2-3% more possession average per game. We are facing 0.1 less shots faced per game. And we're conceding 1.4 to 1.1 under Maresca. So we're conceding more from apparently less shots, even if albeit 0.1.
That's weird.
It's weird. It's
not weird if you watch who's in goal for us.
Whoa. No,
I see right. Absolutely spot.
Yeah, it doesn't help that we did that, did we? Right. Okay. Sam, this is one I feel like Chris can answer this. Pedro Neto will join Barcelona on a 1-season loan and assist 10 times, as well as winning La Liga and Champions League. 26-27. Can they win La Liga and Champions League? I think it's a massive overreaction because I don't think he'll be loaned. He'll be sold for profit and only profit.
Now, the overreaction there is Pedro Neto getting 10 assists.
Barcelona, I could see it happening.
I don't know. He has got to complete 10 passes for that to happen.
He could do it. He had a fight in the week. I saw he had a fight in the
Yeah, I've seen that as well. He's
game.
a good kid, isn't he?
I don't know who was it against. Someone brought. Who was he playing?
Mexico.
Yeah, it was. I'm surprised he didn't get sent off. Didn't get booked, did he?
I don't know.
He did get booked.
To be fair, though, even if he did do that, that doesn't tell us anything.
Different
tells
league,
us it tells us that La Liga's weaker than the Premier League. That's what that tells us.
What do you think? What do you think, Bert?
Yeah, I'm slightly agree with Chris, really. Though, I mean, they still play Ferran Torres up front.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like... Other than
Yamal
and Rafinha are very, very good players, but, I mean, it's,
Jeez.
I feel like it's not as what it used to be in La Liga. You know what
Marcus Rashford struggled for his last few years in the Prem, went to Barcelona and was absolutely killing it. So,
but now he can't get in the team.
Yeah,
I think Neto could probably get more assists than Rashford, but I don't think Rashford's like a world beater that people make him out to be.
No, he never has been.
No.
And then, okay, so overreaction. Forkbeard from the Discord. Now, this is what I teased in the news. It's time to consider selling Cole Palmer while we have the chance this summer. And that is perfectly aligned with Graham Bailey, who some people on the Championship Reddit said he's not even a journalist. He's just an online hack. Hopefully more people will understand it now. And someone said he would get 3 points in the bullshit table. Oh, man. I've got... Anyway, he said Manchester United are actively exploring the situation of Cole Palmer, confirming the club are intrigued by the prospect of bringing the Chelsea attacking midfielder back to his native northwest. Actually, when you think about it, that's a load of bollocks to say nothing. Actively exploring, intrigued. That's not really anything, is it, really?
No, that's saying nothing.
Apparently, he's a Man United fan. I don't really care.
Who cares?
It doesn't... It means fuck all.
Semenyo was in a Chelsea shirt, still went to Man City.
Yeah. Look... I don't. Is it an overreaction to say consider selling Cole Palmer while we have the chance? I think it was Ollie who said in our WhatsApp that he thinks next season Palmer's going to have a good season. I'm assuming if he stays. I don't know how to feel. I don't know. Oh, that's good. Good question.
I think people are still watching Cole Palmer through rose-tinted spectacles. I've seen a lot of Chelsea fans after the England game and his cameo in that England game saying, oh, how much better did Cole Palmer look? He came on, he completely changed the game. I watched someone had clipped his entire England appearance, the 30 minutes he had. He was all right. He dribbled a few times across the pitch and then passed it sideways. He played one really good cross into the box for Calvert-Lewin to miss a header from 3 yards, which was a fantastic cross. That was it. I didn't see him do anything else that made me go, oh, yeah, that looks like the old Cole Palmer. It was a lot of dribble forwards, pass it sideways.
Just glimpses now, isn't it?
Yeah, I could get anyone to do that. I honestly do think it's at a point now where I think Palmer now is, by Chelsea fans, is so overrated. He's like our Bukayo Saka. Everyone talks about him like he's world class, but he isn't world class at the moment. He's nowhere near world class.
I think the problem is that these days, I just think it's just modern football. I think it all boils down to modern football. You put Bukayo Saka, Cole Palmer, probably throw Phil Foden there. If you put them in a team 10, 15 years ago, totally different.
Yeah.
The reason why Cole Palmer was so good first season, he's a maverick. Pochettino just let him play, let him do what he wanted to do. He was an unknown. Foden's had the same sort of season a couple of years ago. Saka's had a season like that a couple of years ago. And then what happens? They get coached and coached and coached into the ground. And all of a sudden, they just become a robotic player who has to play into a system. They have to pass it back. They can't play his killer pass forward. And it ruins footballers. That's modern day football. you could take if you put. I see Arsenal into that Kvaratskhelia from PSG.
Yeah,
put them into that Arsenal team. Guarantee within 6 months, you don't get any goals or assists.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Do you think with Palmer? Do you think Pochettino just made him the player he was, and actually maybe elevated him to a level that he couldn't sustain? Because he did the same with Dele Alli, and then Dele Alli's career fell off a cliff once Poch left.
I think the problem is though, Palmer was almost a victim to his own success. He scored 22 goals in that first season, got 11 assists. That's ridiculous numbers for a first season.
Oh yeah,
at such a young age.
Oh yeah, ridiculous.
And then last year he got 15 goals and 10 assists, and everyone's saying that was poor, and he was poor for the last half of the season. But that's because Maresca was drilling into him more and more. I genuinely feel that.
I worry that Cole Palmer is a bit like Westworld, where the first season was a masterpiece. It was amazing. Like, you had to watch it and you were like, this is insane. And then after that, there was a steady decline. And then at the end, you don't recognize it from what the first season was. You just have no idea what the fuck is going on. And that's what I worry his career is going to become at Chelsea.
My problem with the Cole Palmer situation would be, if I was going to sell him, the one club I wouldn't sell him to would be Man United. Because I think he'd go to Man United and they'd get our first season Cole Palmer.
I'd sell him out of. To be fair, because I would sell him out of the league. It's hard.
Yeah,
but
because Man United, I like that they do allow those maverick players to be like that. You look at how well Cunha's done there. He looks the same player as what Wolves had. He hasn't become a system player. And Bremo, the same thing. He looks the same as the player Brentford had. He doesn't look any different.
Well, prime example is Bruno Fernandez. Under Amorim, he was really poor. Carrick's come in, just went right, just roam. That's all he's doing at the minute. Fernandez roaming across the midfield. Arguably the best midfielder in the league at the minute. Fernandez.
And I think this is what I mean. I think sometimes to get the best out of your best players, you almost need those throwback managers where, like, Carrick's come in and because he's not there long term, he's trying to get short term results. So he's just setting up in a way that allows the best players to go and play. And I think Poch was sort of a victim of the modern era as well, in terms of, I think he's a bit of a throwback manager who doesn't mind the game being end to end. I was like, that was normal 15 years ago. That was just Premier League football. Everyone played end to end. But now it's seen as like a real negative if you're a manager who doesn't have control over the game. But that's why Poch got the best out of our attacking players. Like, Palmer had that unbelievable season. Look at what he got out of Nicholas Jackson as well for a first season. It was unbelievable numbers to come in and get him 14 Premier League goals in his first year. Coming, not even having a full season experience as a starting striker. Everyone got decent numbers under Poch because he was a throwback. Yes, we conceded far too many goals because we was too open, but we was better to watch.
True. Yuri, we would have been better off as a fan base if the club had been liquidated instead of being sold to Clear Lake. I'm going to say it's a massive overreaction because it would have kept me out of a job here. All of us wouldn't have a job anymore. We'd have our weekends back though. I'd have probably ended up back in Wolverhampton again. I'd be depressed by that.
I couldn't live without Chelsea, but I mean, it'd be less stressful. It'd definitely be less stressful.
Yeah, I think that's an overreaction.
Not a chance.
Yeah, we're having that.
Overreaction, do you think?
I wrote Zayla. Ibra Rabaj is better than Max Dowman, but we're too dumb of a club to give him a chance in the first team.
Right. Can I kick this off?
Oh, go on. He's 16, turned 17 this year. So Max Dowman age.
Honestly, the hype around Max Dowman is so ridiculous. It is untrue. There are genuinely people talking about, should he be a wild card pick for the World Cup?
Yeah,
no.
I've seen that.
No, he shouldn't be. No. Oh, but look at what he's done at Arsenal. What's he done? tell me what he's done. He's come on. He's had a couple of good sub appearances, and he scored a goal against Everton when they didn't have a goalkeeper in goal.
I'd like to point out
that's very Arsenal for you.
Arsenal's youth coach. I lined this up ready. Gustavo Oliveira labelled him the next Kaka, which, in my opinion, as someone who watched Kaka and grew up watching Kaka, he's nothing like Kaka. I don't know. That's just a lazy comparison. It's like Kaka. No, he's
Thing is, I think Max Dalman is very, very good. Very good footballer.
Yeah, and to make him a Premier League debut at 16 is special.
But it's the same thing you see every couple of years of England and English players. They get hyped up. He'll be on loan at Everton in the next 4 or 5 years, probably.
Yeah. Ooh. Well, Arsenal had one this time last year in Ethan Wanyeri.
Oh my word!
Well, look at this one. Lewis Skelly. Skelly.
Oh yeah, best left back in the world, mate. Reincarnation of Ashley Cole. Can't get a kick now.
Yeah, it's true. You think back, you got like your Jack Rodwell, you had Nick Powell at Man United. My word. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah.
Phil Foden.
Well, yeah. Oh, Jeremy, Mo Salah will leave the Premier League at the end of this season. I think he said this after if he didn't, fair play. And he doesn't just leave though as one of the best players of the late 2010s and 2020s.
Don't finish this sentence. Don't finish this sentence. No.
He is a lock for the Premier League all-time 11. It's a fucking good question. It's
maybe.
Good. I don't think that's an overreaction because that's that's a good debate. I think that is.
I thought you was going to say leaves as the best player ever in the Premier League. Then it'd be like,
no. Certainly not. Let's be serious.
If you're playing him on the right wing, then I think there's definitely an argument. Yeah,
I still wouldn't have him in.
Who's
Ronaldo?
Really? In the Premier League?
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, but you can't consider everything outside of it.
No, I just take his Premier League. Cristiano Ronaldo in the Premier League was better than Mo Salah.
For the period that he was there, probably. But where would you play Gareth Bale?
He won a Ballon d'Or whilst in the Premier League.
That is a very good argument, Chris. Salah's longevity, though, the amount of seasons.
To be fair, Berth, I'm with you. I'd rather have Gareth Bale.
I think prime Gareth Bale clears prime Salah.
Yeah, but Gareth Bale's on the left wing.
This is why I said where you're going to play Gareth Bale. Where are you going to play Gareth? But then where'd you play it in Hazard?
Well, my wingers in an all-time Premier League 11 would be Ronaldo and Hazard.
Yeah. I wouldn't say he's a lock. He's not a lock-in, but he's
Salah is I think the most fair statement for Mo Salah is he is the most efficient Premier League winger the Premier League's ever had. In terms of his output of goals and assists, he's the most efficient one we've had. As a footballer, he's not even top 20.
I think the other question you've got to ask yourself is where are you going to put John Walters?
Yeah, and Ashley Barnes.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I think he would be in. Ronaldo obviously had that 31 in 34 game season. Salah did 32 in his debut, then 22, 19, 22, 23, 19, 18, 29 last season.
Ronaldo was also a joy to watch, though.
Salah was also quite good. I've got to give.
I think if you're going based on footballing ability and to watch, Salah doesn't get anywhere near it. For output, Salah's probably arguably number one. Actual football players, I'm not having Salah.
Okay. Haley.
I remember. Last thing I said. I remember watching a game. I think it was Liverpool Man United, where Mo Salah walked off the pitch at the end with 2 goals and an assist, and he was absolutely shit in the game. The only 3 times I remember him touching the ball was the 2 tap-ins and the assist. The rest of the game was crap. That sums Salah up. Ruthlessly efficient, but you wouldn't pay to watch him.
Oh, Haley, everyone is overreacting to the Liam Rossignol briefs that came out this week about his job security. This would be last week. We heard all this about Graham Potter and he was still sacked. Yep. Wait till the summer and see what happens. You are spot on. That's not overreaction. 100%. That is spot on.
Spot on.
I admit, when we spoke about it last week, I started to think, I've done this before. I've played to this song. I've danced the dance, and I found out I left the dance floor with no partner.
And let me tell you,
sacked.
we're gonna do it all again next season.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Josh, this is painful. I don't like this one, Josh. Chelsea women won't win the WSL title for at least 5 years. I hate that. And yet I'm thinking that's not a overreaction. I don't think it's that overreacted.
No, we'll win it before 5 years.
I think it depends on what happens with the contracts this summer. I think if we sign Sam Kerr for another year and we tie Hannah Hampton down for 2 or 3 more years, then I think we win it at some point in the next 5 years, because our squad is still really good.
It does help that it's kind of a two. The trouble is, you've got Man City, us, Arsenal, and Man United. We're the 4 teams of the WSL. There is no one breaking into that top 4 anytime soon.
No.
You know, at the moment,
No way.
Spurs are 9 points behind, and Man United go to play Spurs next in the WSL. Who do I think wins that game? Manchester United. I don't even think, Spurs could do. No, they won't. It's a harder competition now, and it's better for it.
And I still think over the course of a season, we're a better team than Man United.
Well, we showed that in the cups, don't we? Beat them
Yeah,
in the
and
FA
I
Cup,
just
beat them in the League Cup final.
I think Man City are not invincible either, but they've got Bunny Shaw, who scores a ridiculous number of goals.
Mm-mm.
But she could leave over the next year or 2, and then where would they be? Arsenal are the ones who I think you look at and you say they're probably due a title. Arsenal,
Yeah.
in terms of you look at their squad and the age profile of it, it's only going to get better over the next 2 or 3 years as a team. They are, if they keep all those players. So I think it'll be Arsenal that we're trying to catch eventually, and I think Man City will be the one who sort of fall away. But I still think we'll always be up there challenging, because until Clear Lake,
Mess it up.
take over completely and just bring in a load of 18-year-olds who have never kicked a ball outside of the National League.
Yeah. Right, we'll round off our first Overreaction Monday with Taylor, who said, Mikey, I forgot I put this in. Mikey said on Twitter that not a single current Chelsea player gets into the Liverpool starting 11, which Mo Salah made his debut in. Was he overreacted? Now, that 11 had a strike force of Mane, Firmino, Salah, a midfield of Emre Can, Henderson, Wijnaldum, and a defence of Moreno, Matip, Lovren, Trent, and Mignolet in goal. I've been putting a cut.
I think Enzo and Caicedo get in.
Over who though? You put over Henderson? You pick Caicedo over Henderson? Yeah, you probably would actually.
You put Enzo over Chan.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, you would. Yeah, you would.
Who's the left back? Moreno.
You'd put
Cucurella. You'd put
Cucurella in. Reece James at right back.
Yeah.
You could argue you'd put Robert Sanchez over Mignolet as well, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, look, we've already found at least 4 players. Mate, I was overreacting, okay? On the Cucurella thing, I just saw Fabrizio popped up. It seems to be a trend that people want to fuck us off.
Where does he want to live now? Barcelona?
Well, Mark Cucurella, when asked, what if Barcelona score? And he did some blah, blah, blah. It's clear that if those situations arose, they're difficult to recuse. I'd have to consider it and talk to my family. I'm not thinking about that. If it happens, we'll see what decision to make. However, on a potential La Liga return, you always think about coming back. I'm very happy at London and Chelsea. So is my family. I'll leave it for a few years from now.
That's all right.
Stop asking our players questions.
I think
that's a good response, though. He's saying he's not ruling it out, and I don't think when you've got Spanish players, Italian players, they all tend to want to go home eventually. So I don't. The fact that he said I'll leave it a few years says to me like he wants to probably end his career in Spain, which I think is fine. I don't see a problem with that one.
Yeah, it could have been much worse. Caicedo had the best answer when he said, "I'm not thinking about leaving. I'm thinking about becoming a Chelsea legend." That's the best answer. We like that.
Yeah, can you start playing like one again, please?
Yeah, that would be really appreciative. We'd love that. Please do that, Moises. There was our Overreaction Monday. So there you go. Let us know what you think about it, what you think was an overreaction, what wasn't an overreaction. And maybe send your own in, because we could do it again in the future. I've also got a little one for Overreaction Thursday when it needs to be done. And on that, because it's I'm saving all the Christmas questions for the mailbag, which we're going to do after Port Vale game. So that's this weekend as well. Shit. So it'll be next Monday. So I suppose we'll do an end of show game. We have... Oh, cool. What am I doing? I've got a sound drop for this.
I eat arse. You a fan? Oh, I'm partial. No. I just admitted you're a fan of the flag. Oh, sorry.
Oh, forgot. Right. So I've got a name of a player, and I'll tell you how many clubs that they've been contracted to in their career. And one by one, you'll just place your bets how many you think of those clubs you can name. So today's theme is 12 yards. Every player today was known as a top-class penalty taker back when they played. 12 yards from goal was just certainty for them. And we kick off with Francesco Totti. One club I've got. Can anyone name? No, I've got a very good penalty taker, by the way. No, I couldn't have one fucking club. Legend. I've got Yaya Toure. 7 clubs for Yaya Toure.
Yaya Toure.
I am going to let Berth go first because he hasn't been on in a while.
I'm going to go with 4.
4 of his clubs. Chris, can you do 5?
Wow, hold on.
Oh.
Hold on.
Did you Google search load?
No. What are we doing? Right, what are we doing with, like, you know those teams that may have another potential team? What are we doing with them?
I can confirm very early on he did not play for any B teams.
Okay, then it's 4.
Fair enough. Can you do 5, Chris?
No, I think I can do 4, and I imagine it's going to be the same 4 Berth's got.
Yeah, I'd imagine it is.
Berth, 4 clubs, please.
Barcelona.
He did play for there.
City, obviously.
Manchester City, he did.
Monaco.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Olympiacos.
You are spot on. You could have had Beveren in Belgium, I believe. Metala Donetsk, who don't even exist anymore. They got dissolved in 2015. And he ended his career at Qingdao Hanghai in China.
Well, would have had absolutely no chance.
I won't lie. I never heard of the first 2. Well, I didn't even know he played for those where he started and ended his career. So you're on the board. I've now got Ricky. I show gratitude to water to make it clean. Lambert, 9 clubs. He's a man. He's great at penalties, but thick as shit. And if you think, listeners, if you think I'm being harsh on good old Ricky, just look into some of his conspiracy bullshit that he talks about. It's a read. It's a read.
He's picking.
Chris, 9 clubs. Me, I think. 9 clubs he's played for. More impressed, he's never played for the same club twice. 5. Can you do 6? Berth, can you do 6? 5 clubs.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think I can.
7, Chris, is the number. Can you do 7?
No.
Okay,
No.
okay. Berth, you've got 6 clubs for me, please.
Right, Bristol Rovers.
Yes, 1.
Southampton.
That's 2.
Liverpool.
That's 3.
Baggies.
4. Otherwise known as West Bromwich Albion.
Cardiff.
5. Oh.
And was he at Stockport at some point?
Stockport County for 98 games. Yes, he was. He started his career at Blackpool, went to Macclesfield Town, and after Stockport, he went to Rochdale. So
Rochdale.
Berth's back, wins it 2-0. Third player, just to, if you want, just to finish it off. Oh, I just sneezed. Sorry. I've got Andrea Pirlo. Berth, 6 clubs for Andrea Pirlo.
6 clubs. Ooh. We'll go with 2, 5.
5 clubs. Can you do 6, Chris?
Yeah, I can do all 6 of this.
Yeah, I like Chris. I knew Chris had.
Go for it. Go for it.
Started at Brescia.
He did.
Went to Inter Milan.
He did.
Went to Regina on loan.
He did.
That was on, didn't I?
Then went to AC Milan permanently.
He did.
Juventus.
Oh, he's walking it. Yeah.
Finished at New York City.
Yeah. Regina was the one I didn't know.
He even had a loan in 2001 back at Brescia from Inter Milan, but it doesn't matter because it just counts once. And he's also the current manager of Emirati second division side Dubai United. There you go. And
I did not know that.
It gets better. Yaya Toure is the Saudi Arabian national team assistant manager.
No way.
Yeah. Wow. I just saw it on his wiki page. I was like, what? Wow. Out of...
Okay, now.
The more you know. The more you know. Not even the main man. Who's in charge of the Saudi Arabians? Is it Mancini still?
No idea.
I'm not sure actually. Because he's been touted to a lot of jobs lately.
It's Hervé Renard, that man who's always at random clubs for World Cups. Because he's the guy who was in charge of Zambia, Ivory Coast, Morocco. My word, that man. And also he's got a random English club, Cambridge United in 2004.
That is random.
He's everywhere. Oh man, bloody hell. I mean, he did win the AFCON with Zambia and with Ivory Coast, so he's pretty good. Yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty well loved in Africa. Listeners, we're at the end of another episode. Thank you as always for tuning in. Before we go, don't forget though, we are proudly partnered with Head in the Game, a mental health charity using football to support wellbeing and community. Find out more at headinthegame.co.uk. Treat yourself well. We'll be back on Thursday. We've got a little Easter themed episode. So until then, that will be us signing off.
You've been listening to At The Bridge Pod, a Chelsea FC podcast. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram by searching for At The Bridge Pod. And if you're listening on Apple or Spotify, leaving us a review is always appreciated.